So how much will this episode trip me up? Hey everyone, welcome to Princess Gay. I'm your host Connie, and today we're here with my blind reaction to episode 5 of New Panty and Stocking. Last episode was fucking wild, yo. Like, wow, that was crazy. Apparently the old cartoon reference was specifically in reference to the Fantastic Four, like an old Fantastic Four cartoon. Which, I mean, I kind of understood some of that. Like, there was the Silver Surfer part. Stocking was clearly supposed to be the thing. But it's like some of the others, it's just like, just felt like old cartoons and stuff. Didn't really feel like a specific reference. So I wasn't getting all of it. But I did get Fantastic Four elements from it. Um, yeah, it was just a wild episode, but I'm really enjoying this season so far. It very much feels like the original season in a lot of cases. And while there are some changes with things, including voice actors and with certain lines and whatnot, I'm I don't think it's hurting it. Like, I don't think it's really hurting it that bad. I feel this is still felt very much like the same kind of humor, the same kind of wackiness, just with surprisingly like more actual nudity and even some emotion at times, like with the cat and everything. It's like, wow. And apparently that isn't the first ghost that has had a peaceful passing. There was one in the first season. This like gross nerdy guy that Stocking fell in love with or something. I remember that now that it was brought up to me. Someone mentioned it in the comments last time. I did forget about that before though. I can't remember every segment, you know. Um, but yeah, I'm curious to see where they continue to go because not much like story progress has like been made with the entire stuff with like, you know, the deal being made with Satan and getting back at the bad guys and everything. Whatever his name was, I can never remember his name. But most of the first season was just, you know, episodic stuff too, so I'm not like that like thrown off by it. I'm just saying, it's like it's not really done too much with that since episode 1, if really much of anything. But I'm enjoying seeing how Scanty and Knee Socks are integrated into the gang. That one is like probably one of the biggest positives about this season so far. Scanty and Knee Socks being integrated in as like part of the main core group instead of just occasional antagonists has really done wonders. Like, it's really, really done great for their characters and for even just a lot of interactions. We even get to see like pair ups with them and with Panty and Stocking, and I love that. I love seeing these like kind of new interactions. Um, so I guess we'll just get into this episode and see what we have in store because, you know, I can't predict anything with this kind of series. Never know what you're going to get. So let's check it out and find out what we get this time. Hold up just a sec. Before you click that link down in the description below to get to today's video, I want to remind you of all the awesome content we have both on this channel and the Princess of Gaming channel. Let's check it out. And we are back, and we'll begin with spoilers in 3, 2, 1, now. So, this was interesting because we once again had 3 segments in this. The first 2 segments were both pretty short and simple, with not much really going for them. And then the third segment was one of the best the show has ever had. And it's like, What? Huh? Where did that come from? So let's go through this. So we start off with Rolling Sisters, and Scanty is trying to take a shit for the first time in a week, I guess, because I guess things work differently for demons in regards to that. Um, a hurricane ends up sucking everything up, and the ghost of a sushi chef is turning all the buildings and stuff into sushi because I guess he didn't get like the recognition he wanted from his master or something. And we see like all of our characters and they don't really do anything, and it just kind of wraps up suddenly. Let me see what it says here for this. Oh yeah. So Scanty basically just creates this supercell because she wants to shit, and that allows her to just kind of defeat it, I guess. So it was very sudden and just like kind of what the fuck. So it's like there wasn't really much to like work off of with that. That made me fully understand what was going on. But then we had the second one, which was Mutant Garter Belts. Garter feels bad for a TMNT reference ghost, ends up getting possessed by it, becoming a giant mutant turtle spirit, and has a shit ton of babies, almost takes over, but is stopped by Panty and Stocking, and then ends up like getting together with someone with a platypus or someone, and there's like that little hint at the end with like the platypus garter belt, and it's just like, what the fuck? Was it, what? It's like both of these first two segments felt like some of the more random what the fuck ones for this series. But then we had Bitch Serial Killer. And it's like, it feels like they should have just made this the entirety of the episode. Like, I would have, like, been fine with a full single segment episode for this. Because it's like, as someone who is a fan of horror movies, like, this is clearly made for us. This is clearly made for horror fans. And it, like, you know, specifically references a lot of horror in it. And a lot of horror tropes. And I thought it was honestly really fun. Not to mention, surprisingly fucking brutal. Like, my god. Like, it did not hold back on these horror kills. And mind you, the cold open one at the beginning was the movie, apparently. And it's like, okay. It was still pretty brutal. And then you see, like, all these other girls being killed by this, and it's revealed that the woman in the first one, the actress, was the serial killer, and there was also a ghost that was just like born from her hatred of these B movie plots and everything, that always has like the blonde bitch girl dying first. And so there's kind of like two killers, and that's how Brief doesn't end up dying, because the ghost doesn't kill him because he sees him as like a kindred spirit. And the ghost, it's another one where the ghost actually peacefully passes away, just like with the cat vibe and with the guy in the first season. But before he does pass away, thanks to his connection with Brief, he does manage to kill the old lady, who, by the way, when she was first shown, I would not have even begun to guess that was like the killer or the woman from the beginning. It just would not have crossed my mind. So I guess technically good twist. But it's like, okay. That was actually really interesting, and I would have liked to see more of that. Like, I genuinely think that was the best segment so far in this season, and one of the best in the series. Um, I just had a lot of fun with it, and I really enjoyed what it gave to us. The first two segments, like, were fine. I didn't have any real issue with them. but they didn't do anything like to really hook me in or anything. Like, um, Mutant Garter Belts was just like, okay, fun, TMNT reference, haha. That's pretty much all I can really say about it. And Rolling Sisters, it's like, I really liked the little conversation between Scanty and Knee Socks when, like, Knee Socks was in the tub and Scanty was on the toilet. Like, that was fun, and then when, like, Scanty transformed and stuff, it's like, okay, cool, neat. But it's like I don't really have anything else to say about it because it's like it wasn't really much of anything else. Um, but yeah, there were a lot of references in this last one in Bitch Serial Killer to a lot of horror things. There was even like a big screen of like a bunch of horror icons there when she was like talking about that. Um, yeah, I just really enjoyed that. I really enjoyed that segment and thought it was fun. And if you really enjoy horror films and whatnot, I mean, this is probably the segment for you as well. Um, but yeah, I don't really have much else to say like coming out of this. It's like just not a lot of other thoughts. So tell me in the comments below what you thought of this episode and these segments. And for now, I'm Connie and I'm signing off. See y'all next time.